G'day everyone and welcome to the Garage Filmmaking Revolution.
Revolutions, comrades.
My name is Brother Bruce and I have a guest today on our show whose name is Brett.
G'day,
Welcome,
everyone.
Brett.
G'day, comrade. Good to catch up. Bugger. I just love these garage studio workouts.
That was my wife this there checking up on us. What's up? No, it's not hot. It's not hot.
And let's start again.
No, you don't have to start again. Just keep
fair
it
enough
going.
then.
Yeah,
The power of YouTube technology. Yes, mate. Thank you for having me in your studio.
no problems at all, Brett. Welcome to my homely garage. This is the headquarters of our Garage Filmmaking Revolution.
Indeed, I've heard about your revolution, mate. I'm quite impressed.
Are you on board?
I'm always on board for anything new, mate. Impressed with your work so far, so yeah, definitely on board.
Fantastic. Tell me, Brett, what's the latest film you've watched?
Yeah, well, I thought today I'd talk on the Garage Revolution about The Last Jedi. Always interested. I was a kid of the Star Wars generation. I loved Star Wars, loved The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, but I must say, comrade, mate, very disappointed with the last Star Wars installment.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. They're trying to introduce it for a new audience, but definitely, for all the fanfare, for all that's gone on in the previous Star Wars installment that came up and won this year, it's funny. I think good movie, technically well made, great special effects. I think Mark Hamill did a great comeback as Luke Skywalker, but I think it's a hard one. It's lost some of the magic that it had when we were kids.
Do you think Disney has got something to do with it, has changed the vibe of Star Wars at all?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's a hard one because there's so much premise when you obviously take on something with the reputation, what's come behind the Star Wars series, that I think it's a challenge to always take a movie with a bit of a cult following and make it a good movie. Not just Star Wars, I think definitely Star Trek is definitely another series that's been hard to remake. Sorry, Trekkie fans out there who may get angry by that, but yeah, it's I think the same with Star Wars fans. You'll always have your hardcore Star Wars fans. I went and saw The Last Jedi with a true dedicated Star Wars mate, and he loved it regardless. It's been done before, and the magic just wasn't there that I sort of remembered as a kid. Maybe I'm just getting a bit old now, going from being a 12-year-old Star Wars fan to a 42-year-old Star Wars fan. This is obviously what happens when you get older.
How do you rate the new remake of The Last Jedi with the original one?
I think it's a harder one. It's a different time, and I think the message of Star Wars now doesn't resonate the same way as the kind of themes that went around Star Wars and the Star Wars trilogy back in the 80s. It was very much a time of fighting communism, the Cold War, and so a lot of themes in the older Star Wars series that, definitely had a much bigger impact than they do today. Because I think for a lot of young people, and this also preluded the other three prequels that George Lucas tried to make back in the early noughties.
Now that we have finished fighting communism, have we?
I don't know, depending who you root for, supposedly socialism is evil and everywhere, but I think it's a hard one because it was a different, much simpler time. We knew who our baddies were, our baddies were
Now
defined.
it's terrorists.
Yes, indeed,
We're fighting the terrorists now.
There's plenty of movies made about that, so,
Do you think Star Wars has been influenced by us fighting the terrorists now?
Maybe. I saw an interesting take on a ex-CIA agent gave a video the other year about her experiences in the war on terror and the fact that, a lot of the Al-Qaeda and ISIS insurgents that she debriefed had actually said that they compared what they were going through to kind of the plot line of the Star Wars trilogy, that they were the rebels fighting the evil empire.
Yes. Lots of parallels there.
Indeedy. And I think many people would, of course, like to, many people see that reversed, of course, they'd see the evil empire as, of course, the terrorists, but
yes.
I think in this case, yes, it just doesn't have the same magic as the Soviet Union and obviously the Warsaw Pact and the evil Russian Empire of the 1980s, so hate to say it, mate. Good film, but definitely as a remake, I wasn't as excited about it.